In Hannover stellen wir den Wettbewerb auf den Kopf. Wir haben eine neue Strategie entwickelt. Wir lassen die Kunst sprechen. Und somit lassen wir die Künstlerinnen in den Vordergrund treten, die unsere Bewerbung repräsentieren.
Europa hat sich verändert und deswegen muss sich auch der Wettbewerb verändern. Die europäischen Themen stehen bei uns im Zentrum. Wir denken, dass eine starke Stadt wie Hannover Europa stärken muss.
I've been invited here to talk about the European Capital of Culture, even though I'm not actually going to be an EU citizen for that much longer. That scares me. Doesn't it scare you? Don't you sometimes think we can't carry on like this? We have to change course. What has happened to our union to make one of its members want to leave? How can it be that people are criminalised for saving the lives of others? How can it be that there are parts of Europe where journalists fear for their lives? How can it be that we need our children to remind us there is no planet B? The EU is standing at the edge of a precipice. After decades of existence and growth, its survival is in doubt. Here and now, don't we need to adopt a completely different approach? Europe's cities must react to the crisis now facing the Union. This competition does not exist in a vacuum. We need a radical shift in thinking. We need to turn everything on its head. It's not the Union that should be coming to the aid of the cities, but the cities that should be coming to the aid of the Union. Which takes us back to the original idea of the competition. Strong cities strengthen Europe. I'll try and explain it another way. John Cage. You know John Cage, 20th century classical composer, the piece 433, where a player sits at the piano but doesn't actually play? That John Cage? Did you know that in 1928, as a 15-year-old, he delivered a speech as part of a high school oratorical contest on the subject of the Panama Crisis? In it, he called for people to pause and reflect. I've been thinking a lot about this speech, and when I do, I imagine that he's talking about Europe. And this is what he said. One of the greatest blessings that Europe could receive would be to have her industries halted, her businesses discontinued, her people speechless, a great pause in her world of affairs created. For we should be hushed and silent, and we should have the opportunity to learn that other people think.